1, 2. Sound. Yeah, we're live, it seems. Ora bem, Alfredo. And Tascarev. Yeah. Let's go. Where's the chat? Here it is. All good. Hello everyone. Can anyone tell me if the sound is good, please? Or not? That would be good. Well, pop out chat, bum bum bum. Pop out chat, here we go. Here we are. Now, for the camera, it still needs to be there. So, okay, device. Here we are. Is it on? Oh, we have to make sure it's on. Is it on? Hey Peak, hello, welcome. Thank you for the check. How's it going? Hope you're doing well. Let's take our... we've been suffering a blackout in Portugal and Spain. No energy since morning. Just came back like 20 minutes ago or so. So that's why I'm a little bit late. And for some reason, the camera doesn't want to collaborate. Struggling to get SQL Server working with PHP unit, but other than that, doing great. I've been playing with, not playing in, as building applications with SQL Server, but I mean tinkering between Ubuntu and Microsoft SQL Server. Okay, it was 10 years ago. It wasn't, it was hard, I'd say. So if you want to maybe share something that you're trying to do, maybe I can give some insights. Yeah, multiple countries, yeah. So Portugal, Spain, and parts of France, the south. So yeah, it was a little bit weird. It was quick, so I mean, it was not for days, right? But it would be something hard if it would be for days, no doubt. Okay, so I'm still looking to put the camera. 1, 2, 1, 2. One, two. 1, 2 is good. Okay. Camera capture card device. Oh, video capture device, probably. It's better. Sorry, I changed for the regular OBS and things are not fantastic. Here we go. Okay, so I guess this has to be a little bit trimmed as well here and here, and now resize. Whoa, resize more. Yeah, so if all goes well. Is this okay? Does it seem like before? Or will it cover too much code? What do you think? Okay, kind of ready. This is Twitch chat, so let's put it more here. Fantastic. It's unbelievable how far technology has come and how difficult video on internet still is. Yeah. Thank you, man. Yeah, there's space definitely to make something, to build a tool for content creators that's easier, I think. But then they make it so simple then that people don't want to use it, right? Yeah, it's always that. Okay, let's get back. Fantastic. Let's start Docker. Oh, almost not Docker needed. Oh, it is. We ran Alfredo in a Docker container. Yeah, I had to purge all networks. DCApp minus D and migrate fresh seed. And if all goes well, we should have a functioning instance of Alfredo. So localhost 8080, if I'm not mistaken. Yep. Fantastic. So servers, Alfredo test server. So this is not. This is not where we left. Okay. So maybe. Oh, and I should announce on Twitter. I will just tweet out with the link for the stream. Just gonna go and share that I'm live. People can join. I should prepare some automations as well for this kind of stuff. Okay, let's go. Oh, where's the rocket emoji? I like the rocket emoji. Let's go. Here we go. Oh, and I've been trying something so insane in another project. I started using Filament 4. Yes, Filament 4. and decided to go with for the more advanced JavaScript stuff, um, just with Vue Chatcien, and that's it. We were speaking before about other tools like Flowbyte and others that are more. Hey, hello, hello, Dukak. And we are back from the blackout. Yes, we are. Indeed, finally. Callum, hello, hello. How are you doing? Welcome back. So instead of Flowbyte or other tools, Preline, Daisy, and so on, they are kind of nice, but for building software, um, we need some other components, right? In the dashboards, in the components. So for example, say a select with a search on a backend search, or there needs to be some granularity, and I don't want to be implementing those kind of stuff. I want a library that has it all. So ShadCN seemed a good option because, well, I finally gave up on diving more deep in React. I can do React for a simple component, but for a big project, just React, it just feels too much low level for me. Yeah, it's I'm not building interfaces so complicated that I need all that power. I think the simplicity of Vue in Options API, it's fantastic. So yeah, we can expect some refactoring soon for using Tailwind CSS v4. But of course, before, let's make it work, the mechanics. But yeah, I just landed on this conclusion of using Vue, and that's it. And with ChatCN, we can make the components blend very well together, and we can just change a few classes when they don't with Filament. And yeah, I'm even thinking of making a starter kit with Filament and ChatCN already installed, and Mingle.js, of course. So yeah, I thought you would like to hear this news. Pick and Floyd is asking, nice, Vue is awesome. Yeah, I love Vue. The Options API, again, if we have to go with, what was the thing? Yeah. So, yeah, indeed, it's going to be fantastic. Okay, let's recoup. Let's recoup what we've been doing. I think we are a little bit lost at this time. This Tasker Dev is the previous project. Last time we stopped at, I don't know, yeah. So we stopped at getting the live output from a long running process, and we changed to have the output, the server for testing in Etzner. So I think let's get back at those two things, and hopefully we'll deploy something today. Let's see. Yeah, that would be nice. Okay. Oh, just one light is okay. Should be better now, right? No, they are both in sync at the same power. Okay, cool. Okie dokie. So we're just checking Twitch if it's all okay. Anyone watching from Twitch? I think if there was a problem. Oh yeah, so this is Twitch, this is YouTube. Okay, cool. Dukak is saying, I actually need to decide between Vue and React for a new project at my company. Was thinking React because of the ecosystem. Well, yeah, if you are thinking solely on the ecosystem, there's no doubt React has a bigger one. But do you need all that? Are you going to use like, do you need 20 libraries? What are you building, right? I think For me, I but maybe I'm not the best person to. I'm definitely not the best person to decide for everyone. That is exactly what I'm not sure. Well, but you should know something like what you're going to build, right? Because how can you decide something for a project if you don't know what the project is, right? And I don't think that you will miss anything. Uh, for example, Svelte is so React was the first one, then Vue, then Svelte in release date, right? So Svelte ecosystem is probably smaller from a time where I wanted to try. It was definitely smaller. Do I really need that big of an ecosystem? I'm still fairly new to Vue and React, so I'm not sure what I'll need. No, 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 no. I don't mean in terms of technology. I need in terms of the project itself. So, what does the project do? What is the goal, right? I always, well, not always. Before, like I don't know, for sure, from 5 or 6 years ago, I was always, always, always putting technology first. So I must enjoy it, I must like it, blah blah blah. I must um, I must be challenged, right? I don't want to work with a boring technology every day, blah blah blah. So that had to be a permanent thing, and I think that's a healthy thing to have. But of course, again, context depends on the context, on what kind of application you're building, what is it for, what's the timing, how much is how much big is the team, how, what's the team size, who's the client, blah blah blah, who's going to support the thing. Yeah, Pick and Flow is also voting for Vue.js. Yeah, out of nothing, but of course, hey guys, this is I can show you some Vue.js code, of course. Let's see if we see something. So resources, JS. I don't know if I'll find it already. Yeah, I think we've seen it before. Um, weren't we doing Vue? Oh yes, they made kind of a demo. I just opened some demo. Okay, so this is still squiggly lines because I didn't finish the types. This is something I'm starting to introduce, which is I've been all my life in JavaScript land, right? No TypeScript, no nothing. But, and I don't agree that I should put TypeScript everywhere. I think it just slows me down. But in terms of backend and front end communication, type safety between the two and autocomplete are just worth the effort to do it. So that's the squiggly lines because I was vibe coding the beginning of this and still I have some things to change. So what I like about Vue and Options API is just look at this. There is a component file and a component file. I am not sure how do Vue React communicate with Laravel via inertia. So they're the same way. So there's no difference. May it be inertia or if you do your own client with Axios for some different endpoints. Um, there is no difference in Vue or React. So that's not a term for comparison for if I go how's the backend communicate same, so don't worry about that. I would just worry about other things like what you feel safe. How do you value more like AI and getting things out of vibe coding, for example, then React probably is better. But if you want to know your thing and if you want to organize your code and know what's going on, I believe more in Vue because of this. Because, well, there's the edit postcard component, and this edit postcard has three parts: script, template, and there would be style when there is a style, right? But with Tailwind CSS, it's very rare to put some style which can be scoped to the component, and even the CSS can be data reactive from the data. So that's fantastic. So we got template, and in template you are very at home. It's very Blade HTML, you know. It's a template. It's it's not JSX, which is JavaScript mixed with HTML. Um, so this is a template. You have something like vModel. So vModel means body means that body it's represented by this state. That's it. So not represented, the value, I'm sorry. So text area, when you change that data will change this component. And when the component changes, component will change the data. We will do view in Alfredo for sure. So this is very intuitive. Uh, if you have like a conditional, I had to comment this out, but for example, if you want to have a conditional, you don't have to do JavaScript for that. You can do something like this: v if 1 equals 0, and v else, for instance. Of course, here is always false, so let it be. But yeah, so I like the templating. Where is the v-if? Oh, damn it. V-if, what line was I? Here it is. So I like this in versus JSX, which would be, and the arrays, you know. So for example, if you want to make a list of divs with something in an array, so v4 to do in to dos, right? And to dos would be an array in the data. You can now make stuff, you know, like to do dot description. For me, it's so much more in sync with my brain. Oh, so I lost a little bit of the chat. I'll just get. We have a first time chat. Creamy P. Creamy P. So, Alpine is just like view, blah, blah, blah. I'll get it back. So, yeah, for templating, 10-0, in my opinion. The templating is just so much more better for me. It just clicks more. It's not that I don't know how to do JSX. It maybe I'm more used. I don't know, but arguably, yeah, this is like Blade, you know. Just something changes, and for me, that's totally different. In the better, in the better. And then regarding the JavaScript for the component, I love Options API. There is also Composition API, which is more like React, which is you write in a script, right? Here we write in an object. So this object, export default, we have all the pieces here. What does this mean? It means that no matter if it was me writing the component, or you, or someone else, you come to this file and you will find props in props, data in data, computed properties in computed properties, methods in methods, you know. And this for me, because maybe because it's more comfortable to me, maybe because I've been doing OOP since forever, and I first learned the backend, and I like classes, and this kind of resembles a class and how it's structured. Maybe, but I really love this versus the composition API. Also, we refer state by this dot is searching, this dot search query, and when you are in JavaScript is searching dot value or blah blah blah, and then on the template is not. On the template you don't have to use the this keyword, and you don't have to use the dot value in when in composition. You just use, sorry, you just use the name of the state property. But we'll get there. We will play with this more deeply, and that's it. I love Vue for these reasons, and that's it. I would rather have I would rather have it this way. I don't know. Let me find some React. So with some React, everything is more. I don't know. Everything is React and Composition API, right? Uh, when you want to change something, when you want to make a computer property, you have to say the dependencies yourself. It's very low, much more low level, and I don't know. Yeah, it just doesn't click for me. If I would have to write it, I would. But if I can have the option, then I choose something else. Let me recoup this chat. Can you please elaborate? Yes, please. So I just get familiar. I'm not even sure how to React Vue communicate. Oh yeah, Vue.js makes reactiveness way easier. Yeah, I guess so. I would agree. Uh, yeah, I would agree. Reactiveness is just great. Vue model is that same as wire model from LiveWire. Yes, exactly. And you can have more than one V model. But yeah, let's start with that. Yeah. But yes, it's the LiveWire and Alpine, the JS counterpart, are heavily inspired in Vue, in API wise, and even uses Vue reactivity under the hood. Alpine. Cream Pie, hello, hello. My name is Patricio. I'm a full stack developer. I love Laravel. I love Docker. I love JavaScript. I love so many things. I love tech. I love what I do, and I hope I can continue it for a long time. And I'm the author, amongst other things, of Mingle.js, which allows us to use React or Vue components inside the Livewire application, which is Laravel or Blade. So you can like mingle components, like when it was in jQuery time, when you can just mix and match what you want. So it's a little bit like that. So in the green area, you could have it a JavaScript component amongst other live wires or blades, parts, sections, right? In this stream, we are building right now Alfredo, which is a self-hosting assistant for your own applications like N8N, Directors, Base Row, so applications that are ready to install via self-hosting. They probably have cloud versions, but they allow you to use it on a more basic version at times, or just that if you self-host it, you don't pay it, and that's it. And also we'll install Git applications and Git templates. I hope you enjoy your stay and that you will stay with us. Yes, that is my favorite part. Alpine is just like Vue, it just has less directives. Oh, you like Alpine, Pick and Flow? I don't like it. I mean, I like it, but for the quick things, like to changing a tab, to hide something, show something, maybe a small Ajax request, if it's like 2 lines or 3. If it has to be 15 or 20 lines of JavaScript, easily it starts to be messy for me. And also nesting components, it's way hard as well. So, yeah, yeah. That's why I come up with Mingle, right? What else? Yeah, that's it. How would we do that if in React? What do you mean? Oh, I lost it, yeah. Is Vue something like Livewire Volt? but for JS, we have blade and JS methods in the same file. Yeah, Dukak, yeah. But also in React, right? You have the script and the template. So yeah, I don't know. Yeah, so everything is like Vault. I think Vault, Livewire Vault, was inspired on the JavaScript ecosystem. Yeah, except it has more features when you set up a value on the DOM and that value changes. Vue is just like React, except it has more features when you set a value on the DOM and that value changes, it updates the DOM. But also React, Pick and Flow. I don't know what you mean exactly here. Vue has something which is fantastic, fantastic, which is the scoped slots that allow, but that's a little bit too advanced and it would take some time. But it allowed. I didn't made it, but there was someone who made it and abandoned, which is Pascal. So I am this Patricio, and what this is, it's a framework built with scoped slots, which is something that the template can be rendered at runtime. There's a runtime compiler. Let me find, I need to resort to my Excalibur. So we have a JS thing, right? Which may have JSX like React or HTML, right? HTML, and it might be Vue, React, it doesn't matter. When we do npm run build, right? We build the thing and we end up having JS functions, which have the render functions, all of that, and that will be the final result that will run in the browser. But with scoped slots, we can have something like so. The difference would be, so this would be in the browser, yeah. So this would be like so. There is no templates and just JavaScript. And the browser would bring the HTML from the server and view in real time, meaning once the page loads, we'll go to the DOM, we'll parse the DOM, we'll get that template, compile it inside the browser, and then render the proper component. So it's slower, but it's fantastic because this build process doesn't need to run when you change your HTML, because this would come from server side. So it's fantastic. It's just so complex and deep. I learned it from in the advanced components course from Adam Wadden, the creator of Tailwind CSS, before he was in Laravel and Vue and whatever. And he made a course, and I learned it there how to do it inside Vue, and then I combined it with Laravel, and yeah, it was so fantastic. So Vue has that React doesn't have, because it has to be JSX. Apart from that, I think they can do the same. I like Alpine, but every time I used it seemed so verbose, Lukaku is saying. Oh, so React will be the same. Pick and Flow is saying nesting components is hard for all three of them. How come? No, 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 no. In Vue it's easy. And arguably in React as well, but again, Vue is simpler. So I'm gonna say in Vue it's the easier. I've been watching the course you recommended about testing from Christoph Rumpel, and it is great. Oh, I'm happy you're enjoying. That's cool. Libedo is saying, loved your hello, hello, Libedo. Loved your streams, but it's very late for me. Need to sleep. I will watch your stream later. Please save it for us. Libedo, thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed the VOD. It will be saved. You are watching from YouTube, so yes, it's already saved. I think in Twitch it's not being saved, but in YouTube it is. So please leave some comments after watching. It helps the channel. So let me know what you think, because yeah, not only it helps, I also want to know stuff from you, feedback from Alfredo, from the stream, for everything. So thank you so much for watching, and have a good night. Well, hard is relative. It's annoying pushing the values up and down the parent and children. Oh, that. Okay. If it's one or two, it will not be so annoying, I think. If there are plenty, I'll absolutely. Okay, maybe, and then the the ecosystem in Vue, I would say arguably it has a much better developer experience. Pinia is a fantastic, fantastic store. So it seems just like a component. I just don't want to see it in. So this is like options API. Okay. So you make an object, it has state and actions, and you add these to multiple components, and that's it. You make it all here. So depending on what you're thinking in on your mind for building, Pinia is fantastic to tackle that kind of complexities. But if it's just a small emit, one or two, I think it's not that hard as well. We will have fun soon. We'll be making some Vue for sure. Okay, let's get back. Up. Rubber duck, closing, closing. Alfredo, here we go. So, Alfredo, we will run a long running task. I almost need to check the latest stream. Install one click app. Was it? No, this was working, right? Where did we have the sleep? Didn't we have a sleep? Oh no. So there was a job. Yeah, I remember that. And then this job would be running. Would be called from somewhere, right? So we can find it. Test task runner. So what is this? It's a console command. Okay, cool. Okay. So let's bring a terminal. And after having this terminal, we have sale PS. No sale. Oh, right. It's never mind. Docker compose dc bash, right? And ps minus a. How do I see what's running? It's just one container, right? So dcps. It's just a get Alfredo with server side up. So I think we have to do, yes, I commented it out. OMG, I'm losing the context. So you see, imagine not having a component well structured, well organized. Yeah, and that's just my 2 cents. React is just fine. Many people is using it, so I would think they would be better if using Vue, but yeah, it's just me probably. Isn't my voice duplicated? Was it duplicate? Is it better? Can you please check? 1, 2, sound. Also, we should bring the lo-fi girl. Lo-fi girl. And let's go with jazz, synthwave, lo-fi hip-hop. Okay. Yeah. Okay, so we have the test task runner. Right. We are simulating, we have this script to run. We have the sleep, see? So we are simulating, we have this task to run. It's part of a template, right? And then we will process a server task job which runs on a server with a task. And DC artisan, Docker compose artisan, app test. I think it will run it. No. So I have to put a few letters more. Test task runner. And it's running. And I guess it ran already. It's just waiting for the QE and Docker compose artisan QE listen. Right? It's there. It's already there. So we are already running it. And bam, it's done in the end. Okay. So we dispatch this task job. It's a job and lives in the jobs directory, yeah. And what we do is we immediately change the task status. Oh no, we need something else. We already have the task ID. Okay. So we update the task and we will execute it. And then, depending on the status, can't we open the task status? Can we go there directly? Task status? Yeah, so it can be one of these. And after finalizing, we update the task. We terminate it by the time. And if the task is failed or cancelled, we will fail the job. So immediately I'm thinking and seeing. So if this is failed, we want to repeat it. But if for some reason the task is cancelled, even in the beginning, so this task status, we don't need an array, probably. If this task status equals to cancelled, meaning by the UI someone cancelled, the user cancelled the task, it will be it will fail. no matter how many times it will run, right? Because we have 5 tries. And if for some reason this fails, yeah, we will just want to cancel it again. Okay, cool. Let's check at the execute handle task, server task. The server is not being used because right now we're not, yeah, we are focusing on seeing the output first. Okay. And we are seeing the output because of this. And that's it. And also we should be seeing the output in Ray, which I will bring to this screen. I will bring it on when it's needed. Dev Rogerinho, olá, olá. How are you, my friend? I rated you the other day, right? Welcome, welcome. I hope you enjoy your stay. So, you're a first time chat. So, my name is Patricio. I'm a full stack developer and I love Laravel, I love Docker, I love JavaScript, I love AI, chatbots, I love technology in general. Yeah. I'm the author of Mingle.js, amongst other things. I've built it so that we can run React and Vue components inside Livewire applications. So it's like interactive Highlands inside regular applications, which are Laravel. And we get the perks of being able to give props to the components and to have the communication backend and frontend very, very easily in RPC style. So yeah, that's it. Let me check. If you want to call backend method, all you do is something like so. In Vue, and React is the same. You just call this method and you can run backend components. And on the stream, we are building Alfredo, which is a self-hosting assistant. You can use that for deploying applications which are self-hostable or your own Git applications. So I hope you enjoy. Does Twitch tell you when people are here for the first time, or you just remember everyone you speak to? No, I don't have that good of a memory. The only thing Twitch does for me is they put first time chat when it's the first time of someone. That's it. I remember you because you come every stream, man. So how can I not remember someone that who is here hanging out with me every day? So yeah, and then other people, they there are some other regulars. I can't say from memory, but yeah. So yeah, they just tell me when it's the first time. Yeah, and it's not when they are here; it's when they type something on the chat. Dev Rogerinho is saying my English is very bad, ruim, I think. Mas not bad, but you know. Mas por algum motivo entendi tudo. For some reason I understood it all. That's cool because we are speaking technology, so it's easy. Will you be at the PHP meetup in Lisbon? No, unfortunately not. I haven't been there I was a speaker in edition 3 and in Leiria and in Viseu. I love to traveling with friends and getting to know people. I love it, but this year has to be a very slow year because I'm a new father from recently. So yeah, for the next times being, I think I'm not leaving so much. But who knows? Who knows when? I mean, this PHP Lisbon, I think not, unfortunately. Okay, so getting back at... Thank you, man. Thanks to Kak. So, we are going to run the process. Blah, blah, blah. Everything else. Okay, so we need to see something. We need to start seeing something. And based on that, I mean, what do we have in Filament here? We have one server resource, right? I think I'm just going to go ahead and port Filament v4. Or will I try to put version 3 SHA-CN here? Also possible. I'm also not still sure if I'm going. I'm from Porto, so not sure yet. Oh yeah, so that's a little bit of a trip. But you can find a good train, right? You can be on the train and with Wi-Fi, etc. So it's a good option. Okay, so yeah, no, let's go to the application. Here we are. Let's say we want to run. Yeah, I didn't put the key, it's not there. We are not using that local server anymore. We are going to use real servers. But what we want to do is like, yeah, let's go to the diagnostics page. And we can make it something there. So inside diagnostics, I mean, I'm even going to change this. It's not diagnostics, it's a kitchen sink. It's when we just come and play with stuff, right? So I'm gonna rename this name, kitchen sink. And also, this must have changed, and it did. Filament pages kitchen dot sync. Why? Oh, not a dot. Okay. So if I were to refresh, filament page kitchen sink. Oh, I did a dot exactly. Kitchen sink. It exists. It will refresh well. Fantastic. So, what we want to do is we want to make a widget where we will click a button, see the output in real time, and that process is running in the QE. Everyone is following what I've said? Because it's not direct, right? The output is not, it's released. The output is going to be released. So what we can do, yeah, I wanted to bring that, no, but this is going to be definitely, oh, let's remove Daisy, by the way, npm update, and also, yeah, I'm even thinking we could do filament v4. Yeah, but no doubts. Let's do it all Livewire for now. Okay, great, fantastic. Let's close this for now, and let's go and make a Livewire component. So Dukak, I think you will be enjoying the Livewire component. Maybe. I guess you know LiveWire already, right? You are just deciding between Vue and React. So Artisan make LiveWire, and we are going to test or to try. Yeah, I want to make a test. Kitchen sink. Let's namespace it inside kitchen sink, and it will be run a task. Okay, so DCE bash. I guess we're running 8.4. Yeah, I have to change my. I think I could change my outside PHP, but I'm always brew. I'm always changing here, so that's why I like to have. I prefer to have everything in the Docker container and that's it. But sometimes I'm so lazy, I don't want to go. Yeah. Brew and link. Huh, okay, so. Oh, damn it. Sometimes I just get. Oh, now it was good. Okay. So brew link. We don't need overwrite, I guess. I was just silly for some reason, probably. And if I were to php-v, yeah, fantastic. So artisan make livewire, blah, 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 done. So we are going into that page, kitchen sink, livewire, kitchen sink. Oh, sorry. It's a filament page, which is called kitchen sink. And there we got the invitation component, so to speak. Invitation widget. So we were trying something in relation to this, of course. And now we're going to have our blah, blah, blah. We have a live wire, kitchen sink, run a task. That's it. Bam. So if all goes good, we go to the page and we will see run a task, bam, bam. We should see it right now, and we do. But what? Oh, silly me. Okay, a good traveler has no fixed plans and is not intent upon arriving. Pick and Flow is saying, if it was just for work, more websites use WordPress than Vue, React, and Laravel combined. If it was just for work, I'd rather not code than deal with WordPress. What? I got confused, Pick. Oh, wait, so much things off. Wait. Not an expert on Livewire, but I can do some stuff. But companies don't use much Livewire. I want to change companies, so I need to learn either Vue or React. Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, if you are thinking in the stack, changing company by the stack, then probably. But there's another angle that I like best, which is, but of course that depends on you. I'm not wanting to change your mind. That is what I'm saying is, maybe if you are in a highly technical, I don't know, scene, right? And people are very project oriented, maybe, and like people come and go all the time, and maybe then there's a need for that. But then there are other places which work more like oriented to the solution, you know? So it's like um, maybe it's not so big, it's not a so big company, right? But also not so small that they only like make WordPress, for example, WordPress sites which are templates and like a small agency, right? Typical in Portugal. In the middle ground, there are scenarios where you can just pick whatever you want, right? There is no demand. There is no demand for this specific task. It's where a generalist might thrive, right? Where you don't have to be the best in this category, right? If you have some kind of specialty and you know to do well several others, then I think there is a space where it doesn't matter what you do, right? React or Vue, it's just JavaScript. That's just front end, man. Uh, so maybe there's a place where you are going to do front end or back end, or you are going to do websites, and it doesn't matter what's the website, right? It's a website, right? And in that project you are the responsible and you chose the stack for that website, right? I've been having some interviews and I don't even pass the first HR interview because I don't work with most technologies that they ask for. That is why I'm wanting to learn Vue and React. Oh, okay, so that's different. You know where you want to go, probably, right? Um, so, yeah. I'm not going to argue the market. Vue and React it's big, and in Portugal, and then the backends are like C Sharp and Java and uh, mostly .NET probably. That is the approach I try to have during my interview. Isn't working. Yeah, because that's not the companies, right? That's not what I'm trying to. You mean the approach that I said about the generalist approach? Yeah, probably because you are going in companies where, yeah, where there are those teams, right? And people they want like to change people, and when some Vue developer goes, we bring another Vue developer. When some React developer goes, we bring another React. But if you are going for a job scene, I would recommend React over Vue. If you're just looking for the money, for the job, that is. Info for I did this and choose this route because X, Y, and Z. Oh, yeah. But I do understand that's not the majority of companies, right? It has to be like not a huge company where everything is a process, but it has to be well established. It has to have good clients, and these clients are not looking for a solution in X or Y. They just want a solution, right? And then, of course, this company will not be switching context every time, but there is the opportunity to one project go Laravel, one project go React or Next, or depending on the situation, of course. And either way, React and Vue, they're just JavaScript with a small flavoring, with a different flavoring, but you can switch from one to the other and it doesn't take you much time to get along. It's, it's like, Laravel and you have to go do Symfony. It's PHP, right? You can switch, not in one day, but in a few days you can switch to other. Okay, so let's pretend we have a server. And, okay. Whoa, I closed it all. I should have like a confirmation. That confirmation has to be for sure in OBS. There was some day I closed the stream just by pressing on the shortcut. They are looking for a guy who knows Laravel and React, period. Doesn't matter the background. Uh, I love to be a generalist because I love to learn new stuff, but companies don't seem to looking for a jack of all trades. Exactly. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm arguing against, but also saying it's the minority, and that's the minority I like because it's where I thrive. It's I'll just put it this way. I'm going to get a little bit life philosophical, philosophical, life and philosophical. We spend more or less 8 hours sleep. We spend more or less 8 hours work, and of course we are not a computer program. So between the switches and the eating and drinking and driving and chores and blah blah blah, we waste maybe another 4 hours. So we get 4 hours to live, right, every day. So if you live 4 hours life, if you have available time 4 hours, then you don't do whatever you want, because maybe, I don't know if you're married, kids, whatever, it doesn't matter much. Just saying that if you can do whatever you want with your 4 hours per day, it will end sometime. So we have 4 hours. What about the other 20? There are four that just go away. Doesn't matter where. Eating, drinking, traveling, commuting, blah, blah, blah. They're just not ours to be. They belong to the society roles that we take. The 8 hours of sleep, we better keep sleeping. If we stop sleeping, that's not a good function. So, where does that leave us? 8 hours of work. And what I see for myself is I have to like my work, and that's mandatory. I could like it because of the money, because I would be doing COBOL or Pascal, something that I wouldn't enjoy coding, but I would enjoy to receive a gazillion dollars per month, right? Doesn't matter. I just have to really love what I do. And the best way I found to really do love what I do is for me to enjoy the stack, enjoy the tech, enjoy the exploration, explore more stuff. It's not like I choose one thing, it's for life. No, no. It's what we are speaking about. Exploring and changing and having the freedom, I'll put it quote unquote freedom, because you cannot change whenever you want. You have responsibilities, you have clients, you have meetings. You are in that 8 hours. We are always going to have to put up with stuff we don't want. So that's one more reason to really love what we do. But of course, that's just me. Maybe there are other circumstances for other people, and maybe other people put different values in front, or at a higher priority. That's just me. Yes, I agree, Patricio. I was offered job for money at marketing company, and I said no because I work at lab and I really like working with scientists. Yes, exactly that. Um, who knows? Maybe the money will be good at some other point in life. That's better. Blah blah blah. But yeah, it's all about the instinct and our hearts. What they want, they know it. We always know. Marcos Coelho. Hey hey. Boa noite. How are you doing? Hello, my friend. Welcome back. Yeah, I kind of like my current company because it allows me to learn new stuff and play with other languages even. But I feel I plateaued because I'm the most senior there and I ain't that experienced. Oh, okay, okay. Have you considered? I mean, that can be a good position. I mean, it depends. I'm not going to speak for context that I don't know, right? But if you are the more senior, I don't know the rest of the context, but it's a good opportunity for you to become maybe CTO, and then that's something I like more. I'm more, and I think you are kind of the same stirp, from the same kind of DNA. You like to play with stuff, tinker, but you don't love so much having to finish the product and to go over the details and do the grunt work, right? Repetitive work, etc., etc. But there are people who thrive on this. There are people who love to start working, they put phones, they do the tasks, it's out of to say goodbye, they put down phones, bam, done. They don't want to be challenged by the brain, they don't want to research, they don't, it's just how they work. It's just, you can search for, there are different psychologies, right? Minds. Search for the, there is one based in 4, there is another one based in 9, but there are like studies that make different profiles for the way of being. So this can be something good for you if you play the cards for yourself and you have space in the company to evolve, right? If you can make the company go faster, go with better projects, etc., etc. Maybe you don't have to change companies. Or maybe there is no more space to grow in that company because maybe there is no more money or people don't see it that way. Yeah. Duka, you are way better dev than I was 3 years in. Oh, you know yourselves? Okay, let's get back. Let's run it. Let's run a task. But of course, we keep speaking. I'm just saying because sometimes I'm just I'm just a man, right? And I'm bad at multitasking. So when I start speaking, I stop writing. We are both in Nuno's Discord. Oh, great. My company believes that 9 women can birth a baby in 1 month. Yeah, that's a very Portuguese saying. Uh, yeah, we to defend ourselves, we say nine women don't do a baby in 1 month. Yeah. If a project seems to take a long time, they solve it by hiring more people. I get so frustrated with that. I feel it's my time to leave. Yeah. Have you considered freelancing? Yeah, I probably cannot afford, but I would love to have someone on board with me for doing projects. But I don't know if I can offer a good salary. But maybe as a part time or something. They don't take my opinion on that. Yeah, so maybe it's time. I would literally do it as a part time just for the mentorship, to be honest. Okay. So let's. Yeah, I've been. I tried it in the past because I'm a entrepreneur. I started my own company, but I'm a company of one, and I tried in the past to hire people, but yeah, it was just I don't know how to hire people or something, but people just wanted something else. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I was too demanding. I don't. But I think I was paying good. I wanted to pay good, but this was contractors online. Remote, blah blah blah. So I what I think was people don't want to be challenged. It's exactly that. They didn't want to learn. There was one when they saw that the challenge, the project that it was to be done, they just said, "I give up." Nice. I'll throw you work too. I got 25 tickets ready for you. Let's chat and we'll figure something out. Don't worry about the money for now. Oh no, I do. I do worry because I also I know what you say as well. I think I don't know, but this is an investment also from my side. So I also how do I say it? I don't want to do this just for a small thing for 1 week, right? So if there is no balance on the things, they would never go well. And also, you will not have extra 3 days, so you can also not work without. How can I say? I mean, I don't know. I don't know your days, right? But yeah, so hit me up on Discord, or I'm at Nuno's as well, or in X. You should find me on, or on YouTube. Sometimes we never know. Maybe there is some space for that, for sure. Yeah, I would love to have that kind of thing, going. Sure, please do, Dukak. Kia, hello, hello, welcome back, welcome back. Let's continue. We have to deploy something today. What we're doing now is, yeah, I have a Discord. No, sorry, I don't have a Discord. I'm on Discord of Nuno Maduro. We are friends, and he's from Leiria as well, from the same city. And we just met online after so many years. So I don't have a Discord. I actually would love to have a place for people to hang out. Yes, I'm also on Laravel Portugal, yeah. We made a podcast in Laravel Portugal before. It was so nice. But then everything moved to Telegram, and now, not everything, but it's scattered, yeah. I would love to have a place to hang out, but I'm a little bit tired of Discord. Maybe I'm just old. Also, don't you guys miss the forums? I don't know how old you are, everyone, more or less. I don't care. It's not about the ages, it's about the mindsets. I like to relate with people based on mindset, not age. This is all to say, that, I don't know, the speed in the society is so fast. Every company wants our attention. Advertisement here, click here, buy this, do that, And then the instant messaging. Yeah, join the Nuno Maduro Discord, yeah. Laravel Portugal also exists. But I guess you don't understand Portuguese. I can also say filament. Do you do filament? Filament PHP. So this thing we are doing here in Alfredo, the foundation, the base, it's this. For internal applications, I'm gonna argue that it's the most insane, spectacular speed in development. But it has a but. You cannot customize it like React or Vue if you start with ChatCN or some other library, right? It's not the same level of customization, although it's possible. I'm not going to argue in terms of customization in styles, right? But there are some stuff you can easily change. You can make it a little bit on brand, but you cannot come to a client and say, hey, the buttons will be there, this will be there, this will start. No, if you follow the standard things in Filament, if the project allows for that, it's so quick. It's insane. With all the plugins that also exist, it's insane. And they have a Discord, so I was recommending for you to hang out there as well. Yeah, I do miss the forums. Forums, the old forums. What was an example of a good forum? I don't remember one anymore. You made me become a fan of Filament. It was with you that I saw it for the first time on the PHP Portugal channel. Oh, nice, Marcus. I'm very happy that I'm bringing good stuff, good news to the world and making friends. That's good. Thank you. Yeah, I use it as admin backend for my apps, but I prefer Vue.js. I still love SPAs. Oh, okay, good. I also love Vue. Actually, I've actually decided I was getting a little bit influenced by the recent move to React. No one did a move to React, but we can see the community speaking a lot about it because of Laravel Cloud being built in React. And it got so much more attention. And one thing that is deniable is that Shatsian is the Vibe coders thing, right? So it's a good start for lots of applications, and there are lots of AIs, V0, Bolt, optimized for this. And yeah, maybe people who like React, they have this is insane. It's insane, even with the blocks and like because everything ties together, they can make things really quick. A little bit like Filament when you go to a plugin and this plugin already has components in visual things. That's because it's a tight ecosystem and everything works together. So it's the same, right? So I experimented with React, but finally for as a first choice, I'm still gonna stick with Shatsi and Vue. And yeah, I've actually built something with Filament 4, which is still in development, but I went and tried it. I'm making some PRs to the V4 as well. Just a couple of things. Still, I haven't had much time, but still I'm trying it already, and it's fantastic. And Shatsi and Vue plays very well together. It's great. Yeah, React has been getting popular in the Laravel world, but my brain refuses to accept JSX. Exactly, Kia, like me. And not only the JSX, but also the low level. Uh, Instead of having, oh, and one thing I should tell you, I love Vue.js with Options API. Because if I have to use the hooks, then it's right? I don't like to say const foo equals ref 3 and then foo dot value equals, you know? No. I also refuse to accept that, and Options API is the thing for me. I sent you the message and friend request on Discord. Yeah, of course. After the stream, we can chat a bit if you have time. I'm not sure if I have. It depends on when I finish it. I haven't slept much yesterday, but if not today, tomorrow for sure. That's why I wanted to learn React. It will probably have more attention and support because of Laravel Cloud. I mean, I'm not going to say no because Twitter is a bubble and everything will be there probably. But the life is not React. If we go to the real life, if we get out the door and we start screaming React, not everyone knows what React is. Not everyone has tried React. It's just that the Twitter bubble, I'm calling it bubble because it's not the world, it's not representative. It's very popular because of Facebook, and in some ecosystems, it's very verbose, right? If you go to the SaaS scene and people on Twitter saying they are building SaaS in the weekend, over a weekend in 2 weeks or something like so, they are probably using Next.js and building all that kind of landing pages, etc. Blah blah blah. But then you go see the softwares and they lack a lot. So not because of React not being able to do it, it's just that things take time and you cannot vibe code everything, and yeah, that's it. What is the options API I've been talking about? So the options API is, I don't agree with this naming. I think it's a very bad decision that Vue has done, because you can use composition in options. Okay? Okay, so let's make two components. Let's make, where is there some view, where can I make some view? So I'm gonna make a component and then I'm gonna remove it. So let's do a to-do item in options API, in composition API, whatever. Okay, and then let's do one in, okay, so compositions API, it has a script setup. It's setup, it's the setup. For me, it's the setup that should be called, not composition API. So composition API has script setup. And what it does is everything that you have here, const foo equals, ref hello world, right? And we have to import ref from Vue. And here we go. We make a message and the value is hello world. Also, we can make a to-do, for example. It would be a to-do list, and this would be an array, and or we could start with one there, right? Yeah, I don't want to get too much into details because then I would be here for so long and I want to finish that thing in Alfredo. At least in one live stream, I want to finish one small thing. So this is the one small example more on mounted. So when the component mounts on the page, we are going to console log, for example. We are going to not use type because we use Tailwind CSS. And here we go. Copilot did something. So at click, to-do list dot completed. Oh, because now it's a to-do. Okay. So that's it. We have this to do. And at click, we are going to toggle the complete and completed, yes or no, depending on the value, etc., etc. Also, I wanted to have some, let's put something more, or else you will think that composition is cleaner. Const complete task, complete to do, mark to do completed, and to do dot value dot completed. For me, this is insane. I hate to write this. Okay, so you see how this is getting spaghetti, and now I'm doing something else like mark to do completed, like delete to do, and ducac to do dot value dot completed. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, because there is no way in React, for example, it would be, you would do something like const message and set message. It's like a getter, and it gets use state, but use state doesn't exist in Vue. So it's because of the reactivity system. We cannot change the message value altogether. What we have to do is to act on something which is called a proxy in JavaScript. And that's why message is an object. This becomes an object. And when you want to change the value, you do it like so. Because when you do this, you will not change the value, something else will happen, right? Okay. But it's crazy to me to write it as a developer. Maybe even message set message gets better. Is even better than the ref. But then React is more complicated on the hooks. So yeah. For me, one or the other, I don't love it so much. So let's make a to-do item version 2. And this will be options API. So I guess I could even ask some AI. The template doesn't change. And what we're going to do is it will stop be setup. And it's just a script. And what we do is we export default an object. And this object is the options. Okay? So these are the options. Whatever we write here is our options. So that's why I say this is options API. But you know what is one of the options in API? Okay, I'm going to tell you one. One is the props that the component receives. For example, it could be something like this, but we will not use it. One is props. Another one is setup. So the setup API is something where we set up the component and we can make it with modules coming from other files. So that's why composition. We can take multiple things and compose it into one component. But you can do it in options API on the setup method, or you can do it all together in script setup. So for me, it's a bad naming, options API versus composition API. I would call it options API versus setup API. And everything is on setup, because what happens on the setup stays on the setup. It's always there. You don't provide it an object. But yeah, that's me. It's too late to change it right now for sure. Power outage and you are live, you just got signal back. Yes. I think the guys were hello, Francisco the tank is in the house. I think I got I think I pressured the guys and I said, hey folks, I have a live stream 10 p.m. I need power, and they went and they done it. Oh, it was very peculiar. It was like 10 minutes before. So what else? So that's why I'm saying that setup. It's not a setup. It's not the composition API on the left. For me, it's setup API, but doesn't matter the naming. It matters the concepts. We have one script to do it all in a function, in a script, or we can have object with magic. So that's where the thing starts. We don't have anything related to setup nor props, so let's not use that. What we're going to do is we have message, we have to do. These are states. These are variables in our state that are reactive. So what I'm going to do is there's a data, and data is a function that returns an object, and that's it. So this one is equivalent here, and now the to-do will start as this object. It might be mutated later, And that's it. The left code is equivalent to that code. Okay? So on mounted. So what we have is an option which is called mounted, which is a function. And if I just run whatever is here, same, equivalent. So right options, left composition API. Operations. Nice. We have a methods object, and that's it. Now we have functions, and mark to do completed. Here we go. So what's the difference now that I love and makes all the difference in the world? We don't use value, okay? But we use this, and that's it. This dot to do means this dot to do. Easy, right? It's so simple, so straightforward. And then delete to do. Yeah, we could make it probably like so, but yeah, then there's the hoist thing. It's not hoist, the scope, doesn't matter. Okay, so equivalent code on the right and on the left. And as you see, there's not much difference, right? There's not. In terms of lines of coding, of understanding, I argue that the right is better. We can delete all that. Nope, not the end tag of script. Yeah, and the rest is equivalent, it's just the same. So that's why also this is this dot to do, and that's it. This dot to do, you know the picture. So for me, it's options API all the way. Yeah, until I cannot anymore. That's it. So yeah, I'm gonna go and close this and get back into our thing. I hope you understand. I have never seen the way on the left, and I am with you. The right is much nicer. Yeah, Pic, I think so. Francisco, you are actually a very good opinion you can give. You have done the 3, right? What are your pros and cons for React, view with options, view with composition? Can you make a quick list of pros and cons? Let's go. Kitchen sink, here we are. So what we're going to do is we want to run the same thing as it's in the test, in the test console, not the test, in a console command with which we test our thing manually. Test the task runner. So we want to do this. So let's put it in an action so I can call it from there. I'm going to scope it on the kitchen sink folder. And we're going to make a PHP class which is test task runner. That's it. I'm gonna go and make a public function handle like the other ones. That's it. And I'm gonna go and copy this. And what else? Yeah, this dispatches the thing. Okay. And returns the task. Nice. So we can still create that. I think we can type in it here. So if we test task runner, and if we would handle, I think we would be fine. Why am I getting required parameter? Huh? Test task runner handle. What's going on here? Oh, damn, it's the same class. This is... Okay. Now we have to test task runner command. Okay, but here I could import an alias, but I'd rather just call it like so. So that's it. We run that thing, and if we go to the terminal, and if we artisan blah blah blah, test task runner, it starts, it's running, we're good. I've never seen the, oh yeah. Gotta stay hydrated, don't forget. Okay, so what else? What else? Right, we can run it. So now we want to run it from the UI. So we're gonna go to the kitchen sink, but it's not on the kitchen sink. We have already a component just for that. So we will run a task, execute server task, blah, blah, blah. Let's keep it open. Sorry. Also that one. So this one is cool. Kitchen sink, no. Run a task, yes. This one not needed. This is the action. Yeah, that's what we need. We just want to run something, right? And what we want to keep track is of the task. So that's it. Here we are going to make a filament section. Oh, and we can use filament components in our custom components. How cool is that, right? They have a UI library just built in that we can use. So test task runner, where's the kitchen sink page? App, filament, pages, kitchen sink. Here we go. I want to see that page. Here we go. Yeah, I want to be lazy and just copy this. That's it. And we are going to give some space on it. Oh no, we are not npm run deving, so we should. Here we go. We cannot find the module days UI, that's right, I just removed it. And I was lazy. No, not lazy. Where's tailwind config? Resources CSS, yes, we are on a custom theme. So, no, not here. This config.js. Oh, and Tailwind 4 is so much better. Have any one of you guys tried it? Yeah, I don't want to extend this, so yeah. yeah, we're good to go. So, and our content app, filament, PHP, resources, views. No, I want it from everywhere. Right, so now it got HTML and that's it. So, let's go. Pick and Flow. I have it in my latest app, but I haven't tried any new features Tailwind 4. Yeah. Really? Haven't you tried like padding top 3.5? It's fantastic when we can just have arbitrary values without typing a dozen things. For me, I go to them well. But other than that, I just again I love the tech details, right? And it's so freaking awesome to install something and it's just clean. There's no like 20 things to do and files and imports, you know, Tailwind forms, typography, blah 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 blah. Everything is just there. It's so cool. And then when I tried, because typically, you see, for example, in Filament, I'm tinkering with spacing and these sorts of things, and it's more convenient. The little bit that I have tried, I saw it already, it's more convenient. So here we are going to run a long task and watch output live. That's it. I guess this is the description. And we have the task runner. Great. And still, I'm gonna go and steal the button markup. I'm gonna put it here and run a dummy task. That's it. And the method will be run dummy task. And we're gonna go and do that in PHP. Is it here? Yeah. Run dummy task. Something I learned not to like in PHP is in Livewire. I like to keep the render method as the last method, but more often than not, this method is always only returning this view with a string. So I'm wondering if there is, in Filament. So for example, in Filament pages, which are a Livewire component as well, we have a static string view and it's just there, right? So I don't have to worry to always make this the last and etc. So yeah, I just wanted to point that out. Okay, so we want to get a test task runner in this. We don't want to put code on the Livewire component itself. We want to abstract it so we can test it in isolation. And here, let me check how I've done it before, because this is kind of complex now. What are we going to do? We are going to get the task. It can be public or not. It doesn't even need to be, doesn't need to go to JavaScript, but it does need to be iterated back. So yeah, so there's the task. It will not be deleted, so it can stay. So when we run a dummy task, yeah, I don't want just to run it. Let me check how is the repo. Yeah, so much. It's big right now. Boy, I'm just gonna go and whip it out. It's not good, but I already need a cleanup and refactor from. I lost too much context. What since last time? So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go and recoup this project. I guess you guys know about it. It's called Tasker Dev, and it's one of the few iterations I've done in the past that I never launched anywhere. And this is already somewhere. It's already run, already doing this job, and it's the activity monitor. Yeah, so it does is, yeah, it has an activity ID, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, it's exactly what we need. Hello. Ah, yes, the render function can be omitted. Okay, I think I'm just gonna inspire myself from here. Ah, right, because the activity monitor, it can be separated from anything. It doesn't have to have a button, right? It just lives on the page and it monitors a given activity. I called it activity because I was relying on activity monitor from Spazi. Yeah, but I'm not anymore. And it's still an activity, right? But for the sake of convenience, consistency, I'm just gonna go and call it something else. Run a task, kitchen sink, we don't need NFTs. Okay. And also, run a task is something in the kitchen sink. And task monitor is going to live not in the kitchen sink, but in its own thing, because it's agnostic, it's to all the application. And I didn't want to do this. What I would want is artisan make live wire, and it would be task monitor. That's it. And we have a task monitor. And how is this with blah 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 activity monitor? I'm kind of forgetting, but this listener, there's probably some class, some component emitting this exact name, exactly, yeah. And then this calls the this exact method. Okay. Why is it iterate activity? Ah, because we are just storing the ID. I guess that's more effective. Livewire has that perk, it do it for us, but we can do it ourselves, and we can defend ourselves if it doesn't exist, if we delete it, blah blah blah. Okay, got it. So I think this is quite similar. And what we're going to do is I want to check, not the seeder, I want to check the migration and the task table as the output, error output. And don't we have a combined one? Yeah, we have to take that in consideration. Pick and Flow is saying, "Okay, I need to actually get my code working. Have a great night." Hey, Pick and Flow, thank you so much for being here. And you actually didn't say what you're looking for. Laravel and SQL Server, I've done it many times. So if you still want to say what it is you're doing, please do. So let's go. Run a dummy task. Yeah, this will launch the thing. Yeah, so what's gonna happen here? We have a task which is the result of running the test task runner. So what it happens in the future is we will run a task on a server and we will know what task that is, right? It doesn't have to be this class, this action, it might be other, it doesn't matter. We get a task, which is a task model, right? And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna dispatch a method, an event, for task monitor to listen, and it will be on the page and it will react to that. So I guess we can just show it, right? If other activity yeah, and then this was decoding output. Yeah. Okay. So let's start from the beginning. Task monitor. We can have all these and this is gonna be task. Yes, so this is the task. New monitor task. Or a new task monitor. And okay, so there are these methods that we are going to implement. We wanna keep the Ajax faster, okay. So the polling active is false by default, and we are getting okay, not bad. So this is going to be this task. Whoa, so many activities that will become task. Okay, cool. So this task is going to be task find. This task ID is locked. What else? Process status. What is? Probably, yeah. So the thing is finished. We have a different status. Task status. Pending running. So it's failed or completed, cancelled, failed. Timeout as well. So this is finished. if this task status is failed, it's finished. If it's failed, if it's cancelled, it's always also finished. If it's completed, and if it's timeout, right? If we marked it as NFTs, the task is finished. We don't need to search. We don't need to look for more output. Patricio on code. This is a side project, right? How do you find good side projects to work on? Hello, StramPT. Yeah, this is a side project. Let me show you. This is getalfredo.com. So the software is Alfredo, which is a self-hosting assistant. You can install one-click applications like N8N, Directus, Base Row, Nextcloud, and others, analytics, hundreds more, literally hundreds of applications out there for self-hosting. And also you will be able to host Git applications that you might develop them, right? There will be some templates for some common stuff, but you can also bring your own quirky thing and you do it your own. Yeah, so that's the side project. How do I find good side projects to work on? Well, to find good side projects, you have to find good and bad side projects. I've done so many side projects, and most of them don't even see the day of light. Another ones, I think they are really cool, but I don't ship them, or I don't know. How do you find? I guess I question things. Like, I don't take things for granted. I like to explore and I like to combine, and that's it. I don't mind wasting hours, countless hours that I know that eventually will go to trash. But if you don't go through that hours, you don't get the good hours. So I think that's how I found. Was the answer on the lines of what you wanted to hear? Or was it like less philosophical? Because I don't have like a scientific way to think a side project. What do I want to do? Maybe that's a personality thing. Another one I have is Mingle.js. A couple months ago, I just trashed one, Rubber Duck, which is an assistant, code assistant, that would lives in our package, in our project. It's a Laravel thing. And I started it, and a few days or weeks later, Claude Code came out, and bam. I didn't like how Cursor and Windsurf work. I wanted to do it in my IDE. I just wanted to talk about some files with some rules, blah, 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 and have some system prompts in a slot, and I could choose them. So I wanted my hackable thing. And Claude Code, although it's very expensive to use, just stopped making it worth to pursue, so many things to do. And yeah, I have more that I even launched, but yeah. Yeah, I understand what you said. Just find things you like and learn. Exactly. That's the thing. If you like it, if it's on a topic I would say more than like, right? Because I like broccoli, but I don't love broccoli, for example. I eat broccoli because I find a good way of making them, and I know they are healthy, and I find a good way that I will enjoy to eat them, but I don't love broccoli. I love steak and French fries, for example. So what I this is just an example, right? And what I mean is, if it's for the things I love, I will find the time. I will not quit on some hideous bug or difficulty that comes along the way. So if you are going for things you love, then I think the road will be clear. I think. What comes to your mind when you think in something you love? So answer that question. Maybe you can answer it on the chat, or maybe you can keep it private as you want, as you wish. But answer that question, and that's it. You will find a way, even if you haven't have to learn a new language, or if you have to learn this or that. You will do it because you love it. You will enjoy the process. If you will think, what's a good project that everyone likes and gives lots of money and blah 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 blah. Oh, it's missing a good CMS, for example. So let's make a CMS, and you don't enjoy the topic, then you will, let's do a great e-commerce package because it's very universal, and if you don't love it, you will eventually stop. You know what I mean? For example, this Docker thing, for years that I've even been pushing others and on others projects and so on, and finally I just gave myself in and started doing it publicly because I don't know, I have never done it before. I don't know. I would like to create a paddle coach assistance with AI. Paddle coach assistant with AI. What is a paddle? Paddle as in rowing in the sea, in the river, or paddle like tennis paddle? No, this, like you wrote, is rowing, right? Oh, like tennis. Okay. Coach assistant with AI. And what does this coach assistant does for you? Yeah, I play paddle as well. I would like to create a paddle coach assistant. But what is a paddle coach assistant? Will it record your moves? And there are projects with yeah, that would be fantastic, by the way. I saw some kids playing with JavaScript, and okay, maybe this one now is not kids. It was someone like doing body lifting, muscle lifting. Oh, what is that called? There are heavy, no, body lifting. Yeah, what's the? There are weights, and you bring those weights up and down, right? And it was like fixing the posture and stuff like that. And it was like you could see the person on the image, and then the arm and forearm, the body, they were vectors. So it could be actually so nice if there was an assistant where you record yourself, and then it gives you tips. You are doing this bad, you are doing this bad, and it is the video on how to do it well, blah blah blah. Yeah, fantastic idea. I like it. With videos, it will tell you what you can improve in the techniques. Yeah, but the AI, the AI can. What is the role of the AI? It's like I said, something like I said. Because just videos with what you said, I just imagine it doesn't have to be AI assistant. It could be just an application, a portal. with videos. Yeah. Yeah, you upload your videos and AI helps to improve. Oh yeah, fantastic. Cool, cool. Yeah, man. Do it. I will be a guinea pig. I will try it for sure. Okay, so blah blah blah. If this is an array, okay. Polling. We iterate the activity. No, we don't need this. What we're gonna do is pubf when we are mounting up it's boot. Boot? Oh, I always forget. Chrome Livewire docs. Read the docs, everyone. Don't let AI do everything for you, or you will not understand things many times. Yeah, at the beginning of every request, even both initial and subsequent. This is what I look for. Dukaki is asking, quick question. You are running bash commands, right? Yes, I am. Can you run multiple at the same time somehow without queuing? Just run them all at once. Is that possible? Yes, it is. That's all you want to know? If it's possible? I'm joking. So, are you asking this bash commands at the same time? Now after I read your second message, something like Golang parallelism, the Go routines, right? Are you asking how can you run them in the bash when you run them yourselves or in a program? Like in Laravel, for instance? Oh, I'm sorry. But if you ask like Golang parallelism must be in the program. There is a delay, so in Laravel you have something. I haven't tried this in Laravel. Just like you are doing. Let's say I want to dispatch a ping or something to multiple IPs. Oh, okay. So what I want to do in Alfredo, it's more chaining. Do one job, then another, then another, then another. But I don't see many in parallel. But because what you can also do is like do one in each queue job. For instance, if I have to do something in 10 servers, I would do parallel in the QE. But if you want parallel in the same process, what you do is a pool. So, oh damn it. Here you are running one command, two commands, three commands, blah blah blah. And that's it. In this path you run this command, in this path you run that other command, in that other path another yet, or I mean the same command in three different paths, and yeah, you get them separated, for example. So it's just PHP spawning different processes, spawning or forking, and that's it. And you have some API when all are done. Yeah. So at line 16, you are sure that all of them, so it will stop. The program will stop in line 16 for everything running. You get the output of, but here is different. So you are running 3 commands on the pool, and you get the key of what output are you receiving. So I think that's what you look for. Nice. I'll have to make some tests to see Laravel concurrency versus Golang parallelism to see which one might fit better. I was going to say Golang, no doubts, but I don't know what you are doing, so maybe you can just get away with Laravel just fine. It depends on what you are doing. First time chat, Paulo JSX, hello from Brazil, hello. And first question, which font? So the font is Operator Mono, and yeah, that's just a great way to start. What's the font? Not what's the project, not what you are doing, etc. Your first time chat. So I'm Patricio. I'm a full stack developer. I will be fast because you didn't ask. Lol. No, but I have to say it. Maybe there are more people that are not saying. So I want to share who I am, what I'm doing. So I'm a full stack developer. I love Laravel. I love Docker, JavaScript, AI. I want to get into chatbots and RAG and MCP and all of that stuff. There are some lives before starting that, but I want something to deploy these things in my servers, and I'm not happy with any solution which is out there, so I started building my own. I just didn't start it right now. I've done it before, but this is like I took multiple projects and I port them to one, and this one is Alfredo, so that's what we are developing. Yeah, I'm also thinking of Golang because parallelism differences concurrency and parallelism better than concurrency, but I'll test it anyway. Yeah, sure. Test it out, and you can even have a PHP QE running Golang code. You know what I mean? And also you can have a Golang program dispatching jobs out of the QE, like if it was a Laravel process, right? So in Laravel, you might have multiple QEs, and you have to start multiple workers per QE by name, right? So you could have one QE which is taken care of by Laravel, and you can have another QE which is taken care by Golang. You just have to re-implement the API, how they get it, what they change, what they mutate, etc. And yeah, you just have to rewrite a little bit of the logic, and that's it. Paulo JSX enjoyed the Alfredo project. I'm also the author of Mingle.js, by the way. You can use React and Vue components in Livewire applications. So you can have an island of reactivity with React or Vue inside a Laravel application without going full SPA. So yeah, let's get back at our thing. The method is boot, and this runs on mount, on the first mount and on subsequents, so we don't have to do it all the time. So what this is doing is it's just iterating the activity. Task ID goes to the front end, and once it gets back, it's an ID. That's it. It gets iterated, right? We find it from database. the new monitor activity, we have the new task monitor. So new task monitor. I mean, I don't know if I love it to have it there. Or I think I would rather have these attributes. Yeah, so on new task monitor event, we will update the task ID and we will activate the polling, and while it's polling, it's getting the updated task, and if it's finished, we will finish the next poll. Hey, hello Robin, good evening, welcome back, good to see you. So if all goes well, our task monitor will get this content, the same. It's the task monitor. If the polling is active, we are going to be polling our task output for task BAM. If not, it's idle, and I wanna comment out this for now, and that's it. Wish us luck. Good to see you as well. We're already made some progress, and quite a lot, I would say. And we are now going on the run a task method, and we will put the log here, and that log is livewire. I'm going to use this notation, okay. I don't always love it, but task monitor. And what do? Nothing. We don't do nothing with it. We just keep it there. What's there? Task of type cannot assign null property to the task monitor. Why is that? Null task. What? Oh, never mind. Why was this here? Now, what we're going to do is iterate activity. So that's why it wasn't there. Because it's on the mount. Yeah, on the mount we don't have it. So maybe that's why it was on the iterate. Right? It's not on the first mount, just on the subsequence. Property activity not found, and that's right, because it's task. Condition is always true because this task is evaluated at this point. What do you mean? Sorry, task ID. If there is a task ID. Okay, so right now we are idle, but if we are going to run a dummy task, we are now going to dispatch. I think we get it from Livewire, right? And we dispatch an event, which will be the new task monitor with the task ID. And if all goes well, if I am to click that button, in theory, we will see it running here on a totally different process on the CLI, but we will also see an update on the UI that we started to run it, and that's because of this line right here. Okay, it failed. That's not very nice. Huh? No, there's a problem here with handle. There is like some problem. Let's see what's there. Process server task job 43. Yeah. Okay. So these are the 5 times that we programmed it to retry, remember? So run a dummy task. Okay, it started, but we still have some problem. And that problem is cannot assign null to property task monitor task. Why did it find? Why did? Oh, right. So that's the reason why it was there. Okay. So this hydrate activity, which should be task, that's why it was there, not here. Because we have to do it before anything else. So on the new task monitor, okay. But when we poll, I have a feeling it could be there already. Because, you know, the hydrate, if the hydrate method, which I just removed or what? Yeah, the hydrate method would run before the task ID is set. Yeah. Okay, so let's run a dummy task. Great. We have task 5 and 5 is running. So you see what I mean? So we would be watching this, but here, and then once it's done, we can run again. And we are on task 6, and it's the next task. And now we would see this output there, and now we could run again, and here we go. So I'm just gonna go and git whip it. I hate it that I am git whipping, but yeah. I have to go, my friend. Good night. See you later. Thank you so much for joining, Marcos. It's always a pleasure to have you. I hope you join soon. Thank you. Thank you. Have a good night. Thank you so much. Okay, so next. Now we are. What are we doing? Ah, right. We can in our task monitor, we can just show the thing, right? We can have a pre and oops. And here we will show this task output, but also I still not sure how we're gonna do it. But there's also the error output, right? It was on the migration, on the create. How come is this so small? Come on. Create tasks table. We have the output and the error output. So let's just gonna go and show. Types property task monitor task must not be accessed. No problem. If it doesn't exist, it's null. Right? Am I right? No, I'm not right. Huh. So what's happening on the other side? Huh? Is it because it's typed? No, that would be silly. Ah, because it's just not declared, right? Because if it's null, it's there. That's it. Why don't we see the output? I mean the polling starting. Okay, let's find it again. If is polling active, it's false, but it should become true. There's something I never really understood. Why do we need the question mark on task and then also add null? Doesn't, yeah, it does say it might not be a task, but it's also not defined. So when you don't put it null explicitly, it's still not null. It's undefined. It doesn't exist. And null exists, it's defined, it's null. And I initially I thought like, yes, yeah, exactly. Yeah, it could be conveniently set for us, but unfortunately it is not. Until the value it's attributed, right? It's a boolean, but until you put it the true there, it's not a boolean. And until you put something on the header, it's still not defined. Only now it's defined. And I cannot put null because the type is only bool, but I can with the union type or with an optional type. So that's it. Why isn't this polling? Oh, because I'm stupid. That's the reason. Damn it. If I didn't put the poll on the market, why should it? Yeah, here I just did something silly, right? Because I did a, maybe I was using this in other place, I don't know. But let's see what this do. And what this does is, well, there's a div. I remember this is something to have the latest output below and grow from bottom down. But now I'll even keep this commented until we get the real output. What matters is I'm just gonna go and make a div. I'll put these two output things, and on this div, if the polling is active, I'm gonna go and add wire poll this amount, and that's it. And that's it. I guess that's it. Polling MS is polling active, We will trigger the poll in this markup. That's it. I hate it when I have to do something like public function, do something. Yeah, optional string and the default is null. But in fact, how does the computer know if it's, what is the default? Why is the default null if you forget to say what's the default, you know? I know it's silly. It could be like a convention that, yeah, exactly. It could be the convention that, yeah, yeah. Okay, let's try it again. 1, 2, 3, go. And bam, you see the fires? They are getting output. So this output, 1, 2, 3, 5, 10, yeah, it could be there. So just a moment. Let's make it, no, I think it's enough to show 1 to 10, probably. No need to make it longer or bigger in size. Same as declare strict types equals 1. Why can't this be default? Yeah. Nuno will tell you why. I think he made a RFC or some PR. It should be, yeah. Declare strict types. And why do we have to open tags on a .php file? Why? Right? That was before where we could close the... Do you remember this code? I will go back to 2007. Now we make a table in HTML and then we continue PHP and then we make some query and then we put the content inside the table cell, etc., etc. I don't know if you've done like old style PHP. Oh, Peak was even saying, I then overlooked the message. Yeah, we work at Pick and Flow job. They are working. Yeah, and then tell him, because I forgot to say. But as you know him, right, from Nuno's Discord. So I'm reading. At my job, we work in PHP 5.1, CodeIgniter 3, Angular 1, OMG, and then Laravel, Lua, React. OMG. If I had to be like 2 months or 3 writing PHP 5.1, I don't know. In fact, delete that, yeah. Yeah. That's not easy. Yeah, but fortunately it's over. And actually, I mean, it's not that I don't enjoy PHP, but if it's not Laravel, I don't want to write PHP. Yeah. So that's something silly to say, right? Because if I'm writing Laravel, I'm writing PHP, right? There was some, where it is, opacity 1xx, hello, do you mentor? I don't know if I mentor. Yeah, of course, I do love to share knowledge, but I don't know what you mean by mentor. But hit me up with your questions. My name is Patricio. I'm a full stack developer. You're a first time chat, so I'm saying this. I love Laravel. I love JavaScript. I love Docker. I love AI, chatbots with Reg and MCP. And I'm the author of Mingle.js. This is to be able to use React and Vue components in LiveWire applications. And right now we are building Alfredo, which is a self-hosting assistant, so we can install in our servers applications with one click, the ones which are by the hundreds out there, and also so for example N8N, Directus, Umami Analytics, Uptime, Kuma, etc. But also some Git templates or your own custom. Yeah, so that's what we're building. Patricio on code, have a great night and may you never be without power again. May we never be. Or where are you from? I'm assuming you're Portuguese because of your name. Olio Girasol. Hello, Patricio. Thanks for sharing this kind of content. My pleasure, Olio Girasol. It's my pleasure. Thank you so much for your feedback. It's so nice to hear from people. Bragança. Oh, okay. So may we never be without power. Yeah. For a second, I thought you were from another country. Come and join more times. It was nice to have you. Have a great night and see you soon. Opacity is saying, I just started my AI automation journey because I know the scalability rate is high. I'm a beginner and I am learning chatbots right now, but I want to offer voice agents and workflows. Also learn a little code, but I want to offer voice agents. What is offer? Thank you, Stram. Definitely come back. Thank you, thank you. I want to offer voice agents and workflows. What is offer? You mean offer as in go to the market? Yeah, provide the service. Okay, got it. Well, Opacity, the thing is, myself, I'm learning chatbots and RAG and MCP. So I don't think I'm in a position to mentor you, but I'm in a position where we can do that journey together. What I've been learning until now is, okay, I know I've read a lot. I've implemented MCP servers. I did MCP servers with, that's very easy, right? Maybe when you don't know it, it seems like rocket science, but it's very, very easy. We will do it one of these days. I just want to finish this Get Alfredo. I mean, not finish. I don't know. I'm not, because I could just be here and coding Alfredo, bam, bam, bam. But I like to speak. I like to speak about another stuff. So that sometimes make it that the speed is not ideal. But once Alfredo allows me to deploy the first application, when I trust it for that, when it's more 80% finished, right? I will stop and I will stop Alfredo or streaming so much about Alfredo, and I will get back at automations. And yeah, we can learn it together. I think N8N is a good way to make some with no code, but also I don't think you can do it all with no code. It depends on what you want to do. But I think the best of both worlds is when you know how to do both and you join them, when you combine them, then you have lots of power. Yeah. I don't know if you followed before. I just see a first time stream. I just see your first time stream. So have you checked Automate Ally? So this was 3 weeks ago. We did this on a live stream, and we were having N8N and a Laravel backend, and we started integrating. You can see everything and follow on the stream. And I think this is going to be a fantastic way. If you want to get a head start and make it faster, Cloudflare, this is something I want to check as well. They have the Auto RAG platform, which is fantastic. RAG is very complex, but also that's where your leverage is. So this is something to be well learned. This is not something, if you want to offer this as a service, you cannot just take the first RAG workflow you see and say you have RAG, right? because what you have is one of a million combinations of reg, and depending on your goal, on what you're trying to achieve, it might be medium, it might be fantastic, it might be shitty. So yeah, but you can start fast with autoreg in Cloudflare. For what it seems like, they have the thing set up for you. You just change some stuff. And also Gen AI, DigitalOcean, also recent product. They have even more with agents and functions, and that's something I'm definitely going to explore. It's fantastic. But it will come to a point where you have to decide things. It's like vibe coding an application or knowing what it's there, right? When you vibe code and something gets broken or the AI is not going, you are just, yeah, let's delete all and start from beginning and pray it will work, right? When you understand things, you have to do stuff on your own, and that's the kind of stuff I want to learn. I want to go that deep, you know? Because if it's not to go deep, I would just get something from N8N. There are 1,000 workflows out there. You can just do it in 30 minutes by following a gazillion tutorials on YouTube, you know? I want to learn the fundamentals. I don't know if that's what you're looking for, but we can share a journey, of course, of course. Oh, I'm so sleepy today. Sorry. So what else? We want to... so when we run a task, getting back here, we are already polling every 1.2 seconds. We are just not seeing any output. And I want to know why. Also, I think we're not persisting, right? So let's see our runner, the thing where we are exactly running on. Yes, N8N is really powerful. Without code, you can do so much. It's insane. But over time, you want to do things in code. So when you can combine both, yeah, it's fantastic. What did I want now? I wanted something which was the running, the execute server task. Here it is. Here it is. Okay. So this is why we're not seeing any output. We are not persisting our output. Okay, let's do that. And I already have something done as well here, which will make us be so much faster, right? So that's why I'm searching. And now let's search for damn it, buffer throttle. Run command on activity. Here we are. Okay. So let's see. Run a command on activity. It's what we need on execute a server task. When we execute a server task, we need all this. Okay, so let's start adding up. We need to know the timeout. We need to keep track of the start time, current time, last time we wrote, and what is the interval in throttle means what is the interval that we are writing to. So we get a buffer, we write it. We get a buffer, we write it. We get a buffer, we write it. So that's it. Counter 1. I don't remember this counter. It's just the order for the output. Yeah, like the numeric incremental ID for any output. When we construct, I'm not sure to have these properties. I mean, we can have them with a Fluent API. Why is the is finished here? This is some leftovers for sure. Ignore errors is used. Hide from output must be used as well, and it is. Okay, cool. So what we want, I want a function that before running handle, we can say hide from output and we set it to true or false. Exactly. And we return this. Exactly, perfect. Copilot doing a fantastic job. So hide from output and also ignore errors. So typically is false, but we can say, hey, ignore errors, you will now be true or false. So what this allows us to do is before handling the task, so let me find a usage. So what this allows us to do is just convenient. For example, now I know I'm just going to run a task which, I don't know, how do I say? Now I'm running it. Let me get a specific use case. Say I want to write something that we don't want to leak passwords or something like that. We have to not show it, right? Also, we might ignore errors or not in terms of. Let me tell you what is this used and what for. Oh, we have to find it on the other one. So ignore errors. Yeah, if some error happens, this will throw a exception and will stop. If we don't ignore errors, right? Typically we are ignoring them. So what this allows us to do is, if we want to change these properties, we can do execute server task and hide from output and handle. So that's it. This would, yeah, exactly. So when we want to execute some task, hidden from output, we just do it like so, and we hide output, and we can also ignore errors and continue our code. That's it. Oh, I'm sorry. So let's get back. Okay, fantastic. Closing, accepting this, continuing. Okay, so we handle. Yeah. When we start handling, the task, we are going to say this is the time start. We get the script, okay. We get the process result. Let's see, we are having a different way of running this. And we have the timeout, the command, we have the script, and for the output we will handle it in this callable, which is still not defined. And I made a mistake here. It's going to be this. And the output will be there. That's it. And the process result will have an exit code. And this is in relation to save. Okay, so we will delete so, and we will match the exit code, and this we see its task status, and so the new status variable is going to be, if it's 0 it's okay, it's completed, but the default is erroring. If it's not 0, it failed. And now our task status is status. Yeah, and the task std out. Why can't we run it again? Task error output equals exactly, but also the output. I don't know if I like this. I don't like this at all. So where is the combined output if they are split together? They are not together. This is not fantastic. So let's fix it. Let's go to the create tasks table. So let's have combined, and we are just put std out, stdr, and that's it. And I believe we can have, so indexing, and error output will be std out error. Wasn't this, or is it still indexing or what? Huh? So the output is not this output. So that's the output. The R is the std error. Why is this a mistake? Cannot find declaration. Oh, I didn't migrate fresh seed. Damn it. So now it's there. And if I am to index, I'll probably have it fixed. Come on. Hey, come on. Artisan, DC artisan, table show, tasks. There are no commands. DB table, tasks. Std out, std er, it's there. Come on. Indexing. Yeah, I hate when IDEs don't follow the thing. I will put both. I don't think if we should, but okay. So let's continue. So this is status. Execute server task. What does it return? Task status, yeah. Yeah, okay. We will have get latest counter and the handle output callable. Encode, decode. Yeah. Is after last throttle. Yeah. This took a gazillion time to do. Okay. Okay. Oh. Activity. No. Let's change it for task. And what's going to happen is there's a protected task member, and instead of having it in the constructor, because I want to inject it from methods, we will update it right now. Let's see what went wrong, if anything. Yeah, something went wrong. JSON exception. Yeah. Let's see why. Yeah, never mind. Output stack, JSON decode. Ah, decode, no. So this is not description, this is the output. And right, we are making the output as an array. with timestamps, orders, and type. So what we're going to do is it should start. It means that the output, yeah, so let's take time with this because it's important. Task, the output is JSON, but right now is nullable. And this is stdr and out. So if I were to go to the what's it called, the migration, maybe they won't be nullable, but they would have the default empty array. And that's it. Oops, not table tasks. I want to migrate fresh seed. So let's go. Let's see if we still get the error. And we do. This task output. Of course, because now it's not a string anymore. So what is this? Task monitor blade. Task monitor blade. Exactly. Instead of just outputting this, we can, we now know we have it. So we can, just for the sake, we can just JSON encode whatever and see it work and be happy. Let's see. And there's an array. It's polling, running, file. What? Why is it filing? File. Argument 1, JSON, must be of type string array given. Because it's already casted. So it's casted. We don't need to decode and encode again. What is this being called? Just once, probably? Yes, this declaration. Yeah. So this will stop being like so and start being like so. Handle output. When we are handling output, we define the current time as such, blah, 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 blah. We don't need to encode it. But when we decode it, then that's another story. So let's see. Run a task. File. Okay, what's happened now? Get the latest counter still as description. Get the latest counter. Oh, right. So we already have the task output. If this task output, no, it's already. This is an array of entries. So if count this. We start in 1, else we go to the end and we get the latest order plus 1. I know it could be the count, but we cannot always rely on that. So let me see. No, still again. Undefined array key order. Damn it. This task output. Let's go, refresh. Let's see. Did it run now or no? No, it didn't run. Indirect modification of overloaded property. Get the latest counter. I mean, the order will be okay. Let's just go and collect this task. Max counter, no order. Right. The output is incrementing now. Fantastic. But something I'm not... Okay, let's see. Why doesn't it stop? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And also this should increment. So this is wrong exactly here. Also, the QE listen, it's listening for code changes. Okay, so I'm gonna go and refresh. So run a dummy task. And indirect modification. Is it like so? What are you telling me? Refresh. Indirect modification. But I'm not looking to... So this is the current output. Oh, damn. Is it anyone still over there? Yeah, 7 people in YouTube. I think I'm tired. What did I see? What am I missing? This task output. This is a... Can we cast it to a collection? That would be even more dope. So what we can do is like... collect, but I'm not understanding this error. Collect this task output, and then I wanna push one more time. Let's see. I wanna push one more element in the end. Here we go. And it's growing, right? And in the end, column stdr of tasks does not exist. What do you mean does not exist? DCA, DB table, tasks. stdr, it exists, my friend. It's very well alive. But I'm not making this thing up. They're saying they don't exist. Yeah, I just checked it. It does exist. stdr. Oh, str. Why? The material as always right. stdr. DCI migrate first seed. Can I? I can. Yeah, expired. Okay, let's go. QE listen. Let's go. Run a dummy task. And if all goes well, yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Fantastic. So, if all goes well, get latest counter. If the this task output but this is not, no, this is not okay. So 0. So the latest counter, which is in a string and in memory, etc. Where is that function? So if this counter bigger than 0, we can just increment it. Right? Hey, I guess I'm so tired. I guess I should. Yeah, we should be always. If it's bigger than 0, then it's set, right? But we didn't. No, I guess this is good. It's just that we never update. Get latest counter and update it, right? So update and get and update. No. Increment latest counter, and because we are incrementing it, if the task output just has 1, well, this counter plus plus, and we return this counter. And same goes here. This, if it didn't return, this counter is gonna be that. We are getting all items, we max it out and we add 1 and we return it. Sounds fair. So if we go here, Muksha, hello, hello. Long time no see. How are you doing? Have you restarted QEs? Just joined. Not sure what you guys have done. Oh, we've done so much, man. Let me show you really quick. No, so this was JavaScript discussion. So what we're doing is there is this task runner, which is in our kitchen sink just for us to play around, right? We are simulating we run a task, and when we run that task, that's on the task runner. So when we click that button, we are, it's in a live wire, run a task. Yeah. When we click that button, what happens? We run dummy task. We start that task, which is a dummy counting from 1 to 10, outputting 1 to 10. And then we dispatch the event. Hey, this task has started. And this is convenient because we have is it like so? No. I guess an HR. Yeah. Can we put a class on it? I guess we can. Good. So what we have here is somewhere in the application, we will start a task, and anywhere on the screen, we can have, if we have a task monitor running, we don't have to give it any parameters as long as we emit an event like we did, right? Hey, this task has started. And that thing is just going to start, and that's it. So once this starts, we are going to track this thing, and that's it. We have a new task monitor, polling finished, but where is the real deal? Right, the real deal is in the blade, and we are showing what's in the database. And while that, we are on the process executing the server task. So that's it. That's what we're doing. I hope I was able to explain in a clear. It was very quick. Maybe I didn't explain everything well. Order 1, order 2, nice. So this is the output. It's like a structured output, an array of strings that we can later take care. Hey, and look, how cool is that? But in the end, we updated something that we shouldn't have. So that's something else. Where is that? Where is that? In the end, yeah, this output, we are now replacing it with the traditional, but this is not what we want. We want that on the left, this task output, yeah, we don't want to update it here. That's it. We want to keep it. So let's go, run a dummy task. We are polling, and each time Z goes to the server, we show the emojis. And once we get the finish, it stopped polling. Fantastic. Oh, this is so nice. So now we don't want to see the output like so. We now want to see the decoded output. So we're almost there. And what are we going to see? if is null, so this is not the raw output. This is a static function just to store that logic here somewhere to decode the output. So we want to turn this into text. So it's not that. It's not going to be that. So this task monitor, we can stop showing this. And we can show this. And this is the task monitor. No, execute server on task. Execute server task and decode output exactly. And that's what's going to be there. And this is going to fail because description JSON, what is this? Did you understand the Muksha? Let me know. We are so close, guys. So close. Really excited with this. Right. This is just the raw output is what? No, description JSON. This is what I need to know. So where is this decode output used? Here, exactly. What is description JSON is what we use there. So where is this file used? It's used in Livewire Activity Monitor. So it's the output. So what we want is this task output. Might not exist in the first. Okay, so this is not raw, it's output. And if it's null, I'm going to use the Laravel blank just because of consistency. Yes, I got the part you are trying to do now. However, what is the overall application for? Sorry, I haven't checked all the time, just some parts. Oh, I'm so sorry, Amuksha. I didn't understand. So what we're doing is getalfredo.com. We are building a self-hosting assistant. So it's an application that will allow you to install applications for self-hosting like Umami Analytics, Uptime Kuma, NA10. There are hundreds out there, right? And it will be very easy to install them. And also we will be able to deploy application templates from Git and your own custom. So that's the goal of this. So we want the output. This output, it's an array already, which is casted. So this in the earlier application, it was a string in the database. So boom. So we are not getting a string, we are getting an array. And we are going to collect every output. And we're going to sort by the order. We're going to map by only that key. Is that right? Yeah. We're going to map with for that value, and we are going to implode with nothing. Let's see what comes up. Run a dummy task. It's running. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Fantastic. We've done it, guys. We are so ready to start making real things happening. I mean, this is real already, but it's boring just to watch, I know. Whoa, that's great. Good stuff. Quick question. Are you going to be able to deploy multiple apps in one server, or each app will require its own server? No, so it's up to you. You can install multiple apps in one single server. Yeah. And configure SSL, Cloudflare proxies if you have them, the certificates, they will be very easy to install and add and automated. I want to make this the best experience possible with this. I've tried to use tools from others for so long time now, and I still believe there's a better way. So that's why I'm going all this work. So I'm gonna clean here, run a dummy task, and if all goes well, we should see it now. We are not seeing it live, right? But we could. Oh, fantastic. And it's finished. Bam. I wanted the handle output. Yes. Let's just echo output here. It's gonna be nice because this code is not running when we click the button. It's not running on the UI. It's really running on the web. You see, look, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You see? And then it will update there. But first it gets output here, and then with a small delay we see it here. So I think this is great. And it's done for today. I'm a little bit tired. Who am I fooling? Not a little bit. I am very tired. Today we had a blackout in Portugal, Spain, and France. It's crazy to think. Crazy to think. Okay, what now? Git push. No, I'll just put running task runner. Yeah, task runner. Running task runner. That's a bit redundant, but yeah. Just git pushed. Yeah, I heard many countries in EU. Yeah, it's insane, crazy. So, what do you think about this? About this application, Get Alfredo. I'm checking here monitoring some stuff if everything is all right. I really like the idea. Cool. Let me just check this bit. Are you self-hosting your applications in Muksha? Are you taking care of it by yourself? I mean, using Forge. Oh, Forge is a fantastic way. Well, what I don't like, in the mix with Ploy, what I don't like about Forge, there's nothing. Okay, I don't dislike Forge. I just hope it would be more helpful in terms of containers. That's it. And you mix with Ploy. Why are you mixing? I'm curious. Haven't had much experience with Docker and containers. Yeah, so probably you don't need it, right? Uh, Unless you want to make some, I don't know, some I mean, I think it's not that you need it, but you would benefit from, probably. Ah, for Workforge and personal ploy. Okay, okay. So you don't need containers, but I think they have some advantages. They have something to learn as well, which can be disadvantages. But all in all, I think it's better when you understand everything you have around and then you pick the tool you see best fit for that project. Maybe in one project it would be good to have container, maybe another one no, you know, because yeah, that's it. One thing you can benefit from containers directly, and you don't need to leave it. You can even do it in Forge, for example. I have a blog post with, it's quite old, but maybe it's still updated. And there it's even a better way. I never ended up doing that. But Alfredo will connect to Forge and start applications in Forge. So what we're doing is, for example, you want to install Code Server or Couch Potato or File Browser, something like that, right? One click, you click and install. And this is thankful to containers, right? Because every container has the infrastructure, the details, not just the details. There's Docker files where it's like the scripting of the thing, but then when you build that file, you get an image, and from this image you can run containers, and that's it. This container is like quote unquote, it's not a VM, okay, but let's think of a little VM, some space containerized in your application that has its own thing, has its own world, and it's very portable. So if you are enjoying the idea, let's follow along, and hopefully we are already being able to connect. We are already took care of the basic plumbing, the connecting to SSH, deploying a server. We can now run tasks remotely on servers. And is it running the QE? Maybe I stopped it. Oh, I did. I can just refresh and it will stop. Yeah. So yeah, I think we have the basic plumbing, and I don't want to say anything to how many weeks, estimated time, but soon enough we will be able to test it out. And if you can help me testing it by using it, you don't need to learn anything about containers. You just need to know how to choose an application and click install. That's it. I just remember the tool that is similar, like Alfredo, called Elestio. Is it similar like this? I guess so. It's not totally weird for me. Fully managed open source. Yeah, it's probably exactly the same. There are many. I mean, there are some that would fit my thing, but they are expensive, in my opinion. Maybe not from a company perspective. Yeah, I think Elastio is actually one of the very goods, but one. So yeah, you choose the provider, right? But if you check the price, 2 plus 4, $15, and you go to check how much this costs originally, we can check it, of course. So let's see. 2 CPUs, 4 of RAM, and which one? Which machine is this one? It's probably Oh, CAX is the ARM. So CPX. Here we can get a CPX, 2 cores, 2 gigs. CPX, 2 cores, 2 gigs. 4 euros 35. Is it the VAT turned on? No, this is excluding VAT, but probably the other one as well. It's American. So 435, and you pay 18 to be managed for you. I understand, nothing wrong. But for side projects, for public things, for it's just too expensive, and this is to install. There are stuff that are like you can install just one service plus per VPS. There is like Elastio, but yes, Cloud there are some, but they are, in my opinion, expensive for. This might be cheaper because it's one server and unlimited apps. But then they don't have all the apps and they don't. Yeah, I don't know. I don't want to. They are probably good services, but I want to make mine. Robin is saying, okay, would love to test when you are ready. Thank you, Robin. That is going to be fantastic feedback to have. I agree, but Alfredo will do something similar, right? Yes, it will do exactly the same, or maybe even more, I think. And I want to leave it hackable. I want to leave it open. If you want to do something which is from your project, there will be like, do you know GitHub Actions or Jenkins, something like this? You can put your own scripts and they run, you know, when you install and then when you deploy. You can make your own templates with things. You can make your own recipes to reproduce somewhere or to share. Yeah. And I don't know if this was obvious, but it's open source and you can host it yourself, and that's it. I don't know if this will grow into anything more, but if it's just if it just becomes popular and used, and I solve my problem and problems for many other people, I will be happy just with that. So you get a server, you install Alfredo, and then you can go from there. And there are more details that I think are very, very important. But the gist of the thing, it's this. So yeah, there is a huge delay today. So folks, I want to thank you everyone for being there live or video on demand, watching after the fact. I'm just gonna go and run it once more because it's so cool. DCA QE listen, and we will click this button and things will start happening here and they will output here. Oh, I removed the echo here. So, and there was one lost in the queue, so we ran two. One that we were not listening, and this second one, number 8, so it means the other was number 7, and we were waiting for 2 jobs, so we just saw number 8 in real time. And these will be the installations, things that are going on. You can see it in real time if you want to, right? So everyone, again, thank you so much for being there. Robin, Emuksha, and you're probably the last ones on the chat. There are more people, but they're not speaking. So I want to thank you all and wish you a good evening. And if not anytime before, if we don't see each other before Wednesday again, 10 p.m. London time, I wish you a great time until there. Okay? I will be going. I'm a little bit tired. Have I said this? I think I did. I'm making time to get your answers, but no one's answering, so I'll be going. So now it is. It's time. Thank you so much. Have a nice one. See ya. Oh, this was... Now is the real thing. See you, Robin. Thank you so much. Bye-bye. See you, MKJ as well. And everyone. I hope you have